Gallagher with 3 years.
This guy's almost at home and they're still running. Boom, now they finish. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is why I always say we need to keep men, biological men, regardless if they're trans or not, biological men need to be kept out of female sports. We're gonna see what happens when a trans woman plays or races, or let me say smokes, a team of a track full of 200-meter female athletes. This is my personal recommendation for trans women. I think this should happen in the future. It should be happening now. Trans women should be competing against other trans women. I think that's only fair. There should be another category for themselves, or if you don't like that category, then compete against men. I'm sorry, that's how it goes. We cannot have, men, biologically developed men going and destroying and shattering female records, knocking them out in boxing, beating them up in UFC, choke holding them, just absolutely annihilating the female game. Have your own category. If you don't like that, then go up against men. That's it. Let's watch the video. What?
Gallagher and McDaniel in lane 2. See Gallagher later on in the race. Great knees, great drive. Gallagher with 3 years.
This guy's almost at home and they're still running. Boom, now they finish. Seconds later. This guy absolutely smoked the team. We're gonna replay that. Absolutely, we're replaying that now. All right, so let's have a look now. Look. Okay, so he's about to get to the home straight. He's about to get to the home straight, and the females are like, they've covered 60 meters. He's already covered 100 meters. He's running down, about to run down the home straight, and they're still running the bend. So look, he's already on the bend. They're still on the bend. He's already on the home straight. He's just going, powering through. Why the Daily Mail chose to blur his face, I do not understand. Boom, and he's finished 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's almost 6 seconds that he beat them by. 6 seconds. What time did he get? 25. You see, against a man, he would have got smoked, and this is probably why he chose to go against female. And look what's going on. No one's even coming up and congratulating him. They just literally just leaving it. The people aren't dumb. They understand what's going on, and this is why they didn't come up and congratulate him after he won the race. They know this is unfair. They're like, all right, cool. You beat 7 women. You beat 7 junior females, sorry, but you couldn't go and compete against men and win. So you have to come to the female category. So what do you want? Do you want a medal? I definitely don't look at him as the winner of that race. I look at him as, he shouldn't even be in that race. I don't even regard him in that race. I think the gold medal needs to start with the 2nd place now, because this is an absolute violation of, female sports, and females will continue to live in the tyranny of men, delusional men that, want to compete with them and, clean up in their sports. A trans high school sophomore has met fury online after crushing his competition at a high school track and field meet. The team competed in the girls 200 meters varsity at the Sherwood Need for Speed Classic in Sherwood, Oregon on Saturday. Footage of the meet shows him crossing the finishing line as competitors follow in massive seconds later. The team ultimately finished 2nd overall out of more than 60 girls in the 200-meter heat. By the way, you saying he finished 2nd overall does not make this any better. Okay, there was 1 girl that managed to beat him, but it was unfair for the rest of the girls that finished beneath him. The McDaniel High Schooler also competed in races alongside his teammates, ranking 7th in the 4x100 meter relay and 8th in the 4x400 meter relay. It's the latest example of a trans athlete far outpacing girls in high school competitions, many often drawing the ire of others who claim trans athletes have an unfair advantage. Social media control a lot, true, but a lot of times they do get it right. And when things like this happen, unjust races happen, I can trust social media will call it out and call it for what it is. and say that this is unfair. This is an agenda that's being pushed from the top. And social media are not gonna, they're not gonna bow to this. We're gonna have children one day, they're gonna be in this world, and what safety is it for our women and for our little girls if, they have to come up against men? Let's say they want to be a boxer, let's say they want to be a UFC fighter, let's say they want to go to the Olympics. They're gonna have to compete against biological men, or men that have, grown up in or men that have grown up biologically male for many years and have the certain bone structure, regardless of what they take. I don't want to hear, they're taking less testosterone, they're taking hormone replacement. I don't want to hear that. If they've grown up for years in a man's body, then that still plays a part, regardless of what they take later on in life. It's still unfair because he has had the unfair advantage from the day he was born to whatever age he chooses to take hormone replacement therapy. Okay, so let's get straight into the responses of what people have had to say and other instances of trans athletes competing. Video of the race drew criticism from many female athletes, including Amelia Strickler, a British shot put champion who declared biology has to be the rule. Very smart, very logic. Absolutely, I agree with you, Amelia. Biology has to be the rule. Regardless of what you think, biology has to be the rule. And if you were born and raised a man, you were simply born and raised a man. It is what it is. April Hutchinson, a powerlifter on Team Canada, slammed the teen as a liar and a prime example of a male cheat. Absolutely agree there. He's a male cheat. He needs to go up against men, or have a category for just trans, go against other trans, but you don't need to be going and, tapping yourself on the back because you beat women in 200 meters, there's no kind of self-gratification you should be taking from that, Okay, Caroline Johnson, a two-time member of Team USA, said the team's impressive stats, finishing second in the 200 meter and 400 meter heats, showed young female athletes they don't matter. I don't know what she means by that. I don't know if she means that the trans woman finishing second shows other female competitors that it doesn't matter if they're trans or not. He didn't win the competition. Someone beat him. Or is she saying that young female athletes don't matter because, they will allow men to come into female sports? I'm not sure what she means by that. She should have been more direct with her statement and just called it for what it is. She's saying that the team's impressive stats, finishing second. Call it for what it is. I'm getting liberal vibes from her. I'm thinking that she's probably a woke liberal from how it's coming across, because she did say primarily that the team's impressive stats, finishing second in the 200, and she's basically congratulating the team. So I think it's fair to say that she's covertly, supporting, the trans woman. And hey, women like this are validating the trans women in female sports, and this will just carry on going, and it will even become more extreme. You'll start seeing more men that couldn't make it as men, and they're like, I'll just go to the females and just give them a beating, give them a good beating, and it's up to women to talk out against this. It's only gonna damage female sports. It's not gonna damage male sports. If a woman wants to come in and box the likes of Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, go ahead. If you want to go and box the likes of welterweight champion Terence Crawford, go ahead. They're not gonna mind. This will only impact female sports because you're gonna get a lot more men that are gonna be coming down, looking at this as an opportunity and coming to ruin, female sports. I don't know what Caroline Johnson meant by this. Whether I still don't know, but she's congratulating the trans, so I'm taking it she's a liberal and she's woke. The student, described as more than 6 feet tall with facial hair, reportedly injured 3 players on the opposing team, including the girl seen in footage of the game. So that's the woman on the floor here. And yeah, she does look in pain. Even though this picture is quite pixelated, she does look in pain. And again, why is a 6-foot male with facial hair competing with these women? Someone please tell me why woke liberalism has gone to this stage. And it just goes to show that the liberals aren't really pro-women, because if you're pro-women, you'll do everything you can to keep biological men out of women's sports. And this is the slide we went over. A trans high school sophomore has met Fury online after cruising to victory seconds before most of his other competitors. Yep, exactly that. What do I have to say in regards to all of this? Women, urgent announcement. Speak out against this unjust rule that allows men to compete in women's sports. It's very simple. Do not be quiet about this and say, I'm not going to talk about this. A lot of women don't care until it impacts them directly. It's the day you walk in to a female cubicle, you walk into a female bathroom or toilet and see a biological man that's 6'5", that's when you're now scared for your safety and you're like, hang on, this ain't right. So you should have the same duty of care for other women in the world. You know, the women that lost in this 200-meter dash, they're still someone else's daughter. They're still a man and a woman's daughter, right? So did they deserve it? Absolutely not. You know, they've probably been training very hard, you know, just to get the gold medal yanked away from their neck because he wants to be competing with them. So women should definitely talk out against this. They shouldn't allow this to just be the norm. If it is the norm, then you'll be seeing it in sports. And where do you see it after you see it in sports? You'll start seeing it in the streets. Men will be like, hang on, I can fight a woman in the streets because I am a woman. I should be in women's prisons. And then you just get everything. And women will just not be safe anywhere. And we're already living in a time where, you know, women's safety, female safety is compromised. So why compromise it even more so to delusional men that, you know, want to compete with them? If you want to compete, absolutely fine. Have your own category and have a trans category you can compete in, and that's fine. Everyone wins. So why do you have to, you know, stuff them and shove them in female categories? I will never know. But anyway, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you at the next video. Peace.